Welcome, friends. We are continuing our journey of Chapter 1, Sybex Ninth Edition book, which is Security Governance Through Principle and Policies. We discussed in our past videos, the 3 videos before this video, about what are the security principles and how we derive security policies. In fact, we discussed about how a security is developed using a security framework and what are the different steps in conceiving an information security policy. So this was our brief discussion, a general idea. Now we will be diving in more intricacies of what are the security principles in itself, like what is confidentiality, integrity, availability, non-repudiation, and how it relates to the security governance of an organization. It will be interesting, and I will be giving some real life examples as well to make a sense of these terms. And yeah, it will definitely be helpful. So let's start this journey. I will be first showing you a book which I refer as a philosophy of my professional life, and we'll give you some examples there, and then we'll move forward. Okay, the book which you see here on my screen is basically this the 7 Habits book, very famous book, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Here in this chapter, which talks about the inside-out approach to lead our life. It explains a difference between something which we call principle and then something which we called values. Okay, so I will not go with the complete text, but this paragraph is very important. It says principles are not values. A gang of thieves can share values, but they are in violation of fundamental principles we are talking about. Principles are the territory, values are the maps. When we value correct principle, we have truth, a knowledge of things as they are. So we define something truthful and something false based on its true existence, right? So the truth, as explained here, is a knowledge of things as they are. Like if I say that this is this thing is Apple Pencil, but so I'm truthful. But if I say that no, this is not an Apple Pencil, actually this is a robot, So I may have an argument on it, I may have a long discussion on it, but the fact is the truthfulness of my statement will depend on explaining something which I'm holding as it is, it truly exists, right? So what are principles? The principles are actually the here it says it explains with an example, like the principle of fairness, the principle of integrity and honesty, human dignity, the principle of potential growth, patience, encouragement. So these things which are very self-evident, and if we follow these key concepts as a driving force in our life, we will achieve something meaningful. That's the expression we use when we say that, okay, this person is principle centered, or in Hindi and Urdu we say that ये उसूलों वाला आदमी है, ये उसूलों का पक्का है ना? So these things are something which which take form as a life philosophy. So this is principle, and with the principles we develop a value system which becomes part of our culture, right? So if principles are sound, they are based on truthfulness, fairness, honesty, integrity, then the value system which we develop is something which will be very beneficial and which will not be a problem to anyone. But if we do not have sound principles, then the value system which you will be developing it will always create problem for people because we will be in violation with the fundamental truth of the nature. So the way principles are there for our life, and there is a value system which we derive, there is a similar equivalence of I will say that the principle of information security and the information security policies we derive in in a corporate organization. So if I may write here is we have principles, and this gives rise to a value system. Similarly, we have security principles, and this gives rise to information security policies, right? And the security principles which we will be discussing here are generally confidentiality, integrity, availability, uh, non-repudiation, or what are the other things? Yeah, basically these are the four terms which we generally use as a security principle. And based on these security principles, we derive the information security policy. And the frameworks as well. The security framework also have these security principles as a basic guideline, right? So we don't take these terms as just a definition and a concept in information security discussion, but we take it as a founding realities, founding principles. Based on these principles, we actually do any assessment of the risk, any formation of a security policy. So this thing we have to keep in mind. Giving you one more example, it's an interesting one from a Bollywood movie. I will show you a clip and I will try to relate that as well. This clip is from a very famous movie, Mohabbatein. Just have a look, and then I will explain what I mean. There is a correlation between this and information security policy.
परंपरा, प्रतिष्ठा, अनुशासन, ये इस गुरुकुल के 3 स्तंभ हैं.
Okay, so here you see that it's not about this typical school, but any school has got some founding pillars, like founding concept, which serve as the pillars of the school. Similarly, we have I worked in IBM. There they have this value system developed, right? So here also the thing which is discussed here is there are 3 things he discussed basically: tradition, honor, and discipline. Right? If I'm not wrong, these are the famous dialogue: the tradition, honor, and discipline. We may debate that if these things are really correct or not, but tradition may or may not be something which in itself should be treated as something which will bring some value. But if it is not based on sound principle, then the tradition will be termed as, or will be felt as an unnecessary baggage. Similarly, honor, what honor we are talking about? If it is based on the principle of fairness, equality, and justice, it is something which will be very beneficial. But if it is based on some bigotry, like in some society and culture, we honor certain class of people, certain race of people, certain section of people, even we discriminate men and women at many issues in some society. So if that's the founding principle, then honor is something which will bring injustice. But if it is based on the principle of equality, principle of justice, principle of fairness, then it will be something which will actually bring happiness to many people, or bring social justice. Similarly, as discipline, if we are valuing discipline to inculcate a culture of high performance, or a culture of learning and development, it's good. But if the discipline is based on the principle of executing superiority, or executing some uh, uh, you know some privilege, then this discipline is a burden, right? So hopefully, I think you will be getting this difference between the value system and the founding principle. Principles are very important, and it has to be very objectively defined. If it is subjective, then we may end up in a situation where we don't we don't differentiate what is truthful and what is lie. And we have often seen in the political realm that if politicians shy to say that this is lie, they will say that, nah, this is something which is politically justified, or something which is diplomatically needed. Or we have seen the recent trend that, okay, this is not a lie, this is a jumla. So they actually did this mutation and evolution of the word to hide the the ulterior motive they have behind this nationalism or patriotism. you know let's not go into that direction, but the point I'm saying here is there is a definite subtle difference between principle and value system, and they are related. So similarly, we have in information security, we have security principles and information security policy. So policies are based on security principles, and majorly we will be discussing about confidentiality, integrity, availability, non-repudiation, and this will give rise to information security policy or information security framework like NIST, and other organizations. They actually develop these things. Let's move ahead. I think I will be making another video on continuing on this discussion. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and it will give you some perspective, some context, basically, to understand these concepts in more detail. Thanks for watching the video. Let's meet in another video.